Hello everyone and welcome back to another Black Desert video. So today we are going to be talking about this once again, the daily special, and is it worth it? So this is more aimed towards all the newer players out there and you're thinking about should you get it and is it worth the $35? I can pretty much tell you the answer is no, but I want to go through it and tell you why. And how you can actually get all these items yourself, and some of them are limited, but you know, alternatives to all of this. So if you don't know, basically the way it works is kind of like any other game that has a battle pass. You get the front line or like the top line for free every day just logging in, and then the bottom line is the paid version. So I wanted to talk about this. Is it worth it? Let's go over every single item and I'll describe what you can do to get alternatives. So in terms of value, let's just get this out of the way real quick. You're spending what, 3,500 pearls, and the old moon pack, if you were to buy all of these individually, yes, it does actually add up to more and you get some other stuff. But if you are a veteran player and or already have it, then it's probably not. So there's your answer. Let's go over everything. So number one, the Silent Night. I assume this is just a face mask like that. If you like it, sure, go for it. Like, if you like cosmetics, I've always been for it. So, like, you just like it, cool. The next thing you get is the Magical Elixir box. The Ellie's Magical Elixir and the Fugar Magical Elixir. I believe I actually have them from events, and maybe I could show you. Okay, so this is the Fugar's Magical Elixir. This is what it does. Life Skillers, this one's for you. Mount Trainers. And then the Ellie's Magical Elixir is just more item drop rate and like extra XP. So is it worth it? Not really. If you've been playing long enough, you probably have a bunch of these left over from events and login rewards. So yeah, there's that. Next thing we have for logging in, you get this for tomorrow, and one maid. So I've always talked about this in other videos of which maid should you get if you're going to get it? And the answer should always be storage maid. Because chances are, when you're grinding, you're going to be maiding stuff to your storage, and then you want more storage ones than Central Market. I haven't bought any in the past, like, 6 years. All of them they gave me were through events, so I think if you just play long enough, you'll get hundreds of them, and that's about it. So if you were to buy it, which one would you get? Storage over Central Market. I wish they would combine them all into one, and basically it's just like, here, you could do both, you have a total number, and that's it. I wish they would do that, but it is what it is. Day 4, Perfume of Courage, Swiftness, and Calx Elixirs. Courage is always nice, but this is the free one. The next thing you get is a choose your bundle of life skill stuff. Let's see. If you train your horse, then probably actually. So this one is Mount XP. Courser's Aura. Let me show you. I have all of these, I believe. Okay, so this is the Courser's Aura. This is the Mount thingy for 300 minutes. That's 5 hours, right? The Laura's Warm Black Tea. And this one gives Mount XP plus 50%. This one gives Mount XP plus 30 plus training. So technically it's a little bit more if you do something specific. Let's see, Courser's Aura and Mount XP for 10 hours is that. And then loot scrolls are always nice, but I have a video on how you can get loot scrolls every day for free or without spending real money, that is. Giovanni scrolls are just life skill scrolls. These are actually kind of worth. And combat and XP scrolls, these 300%. I don't think they're worth getting, but it is what it is. All right, next thing we have over here is life enhancement bundles. Buy them off the market if you need it. Magical elixirs and blessing of old moon scrolls. So basically, you're getting 500% combat XP, which is kind of irrelevant these days. And then plus 100 item drop rate and item drop amount. So what the difference between those is, item drop rate is the rate of rare items, like, you know, treasure items. Item drop amount is the trash loot. So you know how we have like the golden blessing of Agris coin? That's amount, so you get more trash loot. Whereas, you know, the rate is the chance of you getting like a treasure item or an accessory or something like that. So that's the difference. These are nice to have. I don't think it's worth spending real money on it. Inventory, if you need inventory, just go play a seasonal character. They give a lot of them away. To give you an example of how many I have, all of these 8, 4, 1, and 16s. Literally, I never bought any of them. They all just came from me playing seasonals over the years and just like hand out some holiday events and whatnot. So you don't really need them. You'll just play long enough and you'll get it. Let's see. Storage box, choose your one. At this point, they should just like give you all of them, like one for every town, and then people would actually buy these, and I'm pretty sure. But yeah, one of these, personal preference. If you are a new player, what would I do? Choose something from Balanos or Serendia, just because those are the two main towns that people choose across the board, because those are just like, you know, main towns where people keep their characters, whether you enhance or anything, or all your materials just go there. That's what I would do. And then aside from that, just pick whatever you need. Choose your endless journey box. Maid option, inventory, value pack, or blessing of whatever you choose. Okay, so depends on how much. What do you have already? I would personally pick the value pack at high priority, followed by the secret book of Old Moon, and then a maid, and then the blessing of Consumables, and then inventory. You just literally choose anything but the inventory. So yeah, that's the order I would pick them. This is not a bad one, but like, who cares? It's not really worth it. Supreme Old Moon box, it gives you 5 of these Supreme Scrolls, which are these 50% item drop rates. They kind of give you a lot nowadays for whatever, so that's interesting. Oh yeah, Enhancement Help Kit 5s. Okay, so for all of you who have loyalties left over, you see this? You can buy 30 of them. Yeah, just loyalties. Buy them if you need it. Artisan Memory, once again, it's just like memory fragment times 5 essentially when you're enhancing it. If you spend money, sure, but if not, it's not a big deal, to be honest. A 150 stack. This one might actually be decent, but at the same time, it's really cheap these days, especially with the origin of Dark Hunger. This is about like 2 billion silver worth of, you know, origins. And let me show you how. Origin. So all you have to do is look at this tooltip. You see the big line of numbers at the bottom? If you start at 100 stack, you get plus 26. And then you'll be at like 120. Then you hit it again, then you're close to 150. So that thing is about 2 billion silver now with the huge change. That's how you make a 150 stack. And then the last one, obviously, 15-day blessing. Here, let me show you guys something real quick. If you guys have been playing for a long time, you probably have a bunch of extra pets laying around. You do this, you exchange 2 of these, and then you could get that. But from the exchange person in Velia, I'll leave a link in the description to a video I made where we did that live, and you can exchange it for the 20-day bundles. So like these things, but for 20 days. So if you have extra tier 4 pets, that's essentially the same thing. If not, it's not a big deal. In highest order, if you were to actually think about this, of the value pack, Blessing of Consumables, and the Secret Book of Old Moon, number 1, so value pack is like the $15 a month subscription that every MMO has, or every online game. I would always choose that one high priority. And when it comes to Blessing of Consumables versus the Secret Book of Old Moon, I would always choose the Secret Book of Old Moon first before the Blessing. The reason why is, if you're a grinder, being able to buy Villa Scrolls from your tent without having to scroll, one of the biggest things. And then being able to change your add-ons for free, it's not really a big deal, but it's just convenient. And then, you know, the life XP and all that stuff is, you know, always nice. Reset skills freely. So like when you do this and you're just like, oh, I don't want this anymore. And then you could take out skills. So there's a lot of, you know, overall convenience things. Whereas the Blessing of Consumables, item drop rate 20% is nice, but they honestly give you a lot of events and stuff these days to the point where 20% is like, just go into a channel with a green buff right now and it's like pretty regular and common. So that kind of makes up for it. It's not necessarily the same, but it's almost the same. And then energy recovery really just depends. Do you do life skills? If yes, then you're doing great. And then if not, then doesn't really matter. Central Market Warehouse, and then, you know, the Maid, the weight limit, whatever. So overall, just convenience of Secret Book of Old Moon is worth a lot more. So ultimately, at the end of the day, is it worth it? To me, no. To you, maybe. I don't think it is, unless they have, like, they give you a coupon for like 50% off, and even then I'd probably use that coupon on something else. But unless they give you a discount for this, I can't recommend spending that much. Like, a lot of these things you could just buy in game and with, you know, silver. So yeah, highlight ticket items being the 150 stack, just buy 2 Origin Dark Hungers. If you need artisans, just buy more mem frags. Loyalties, this is the equivalent of a tent buff, but it stacks with it. This one is a nice one. Storage is, you know, it is what it is. But yeah, I mean, ultimately, if you get all of them, it is technically value, but it really just depends on where you're at in the game and if you think it's worth it. But anyway, that's about it. Thanks so much for watching. Hope you guys have a fantastic day. And if you're new to the channel, hit that subscribe button. I'd love to see you guys come back. I have a bunch of videos coming out in the next few days talking about some updates, new class balances, and everything. And I'll see you tomorrow. Peace.